Gemini, hi. So this is going to be a reading for mid-August 2025, and I'll do the reading for you, and then I'll close it off with a oracle card. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there's an extended at the end of the video. You can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Gemini. All right, the overall energy for the reading, the Eight of Cups. Something's not phasing you. You're showing up as, yeah, this doesn't do much for me. This doesn't. I don't believe you. It's an energy that seems quite disinterested. I'm just not. I don't know why I don't believe this energy. If this is even you. Okay, we'll see what that's about. Starting off the reading, you get the Magician crossed by the Seven of Wands. Hold on, I forgot to turn this down a notch. Or did I? Hold on. No, it was okay. Better. All right. There's a manifestation here. There's the energy of a manifestation, but then there's, let's say I was manifesting something, and then I'm the one that's going to stand in the way of that, right? So that's the energy I'm seeing here. So somebody that's kind of standing in their own way here. Again, not sure who's who, because it's not just your energy here. There's definitely at least one more energy at play. In your focus, the Knight of Pentacles, you're giving me a sense of moving forward, but it comes through as pushing through rather than moving forward, kind of like pushing through something that's thick, like it's hard to move forward, so there's something in the way there. In the recent past, the Wheel of Fortune, there seems to have been a change somewhere in there around you. It looks like a change for the better. In your Strength, the Six of Cups, that's where we see the first sign of another energy. There's a soul connection involved somewhere in here. In the immediate future, the Three of Cups coming together nicely with another energy. Supporting this reading, the Devil. That's where I'm like, what the hell is going on here? There's something a little bit unhealthy at play, and I don't know yet where it's at, but we'll figure it out. The energy that surrounds you, and you may not be aware of it, the Queen of Pentacles. That's an energy of self-love. That's putting yourself first. Not sure how or if this energy is being used, but we shall see. In your hopes and fears, the Four of Wands. That's hoping for a commitment to come together, to happen, to thrive, to grow. In the potential outcome, the Temperance card. Is that a sudden break to things? It's like a massive pause that just lands on top of things. Okay, we'll see. Let's clarify. Let's see what's up. Let's do the Eight of Cups. Okay, now I really don't believe this energy. For the Eight of Cups, you get the Sun, the Four of Pentacles, the King of Wands. It's like me coming to you and telling you, hey, I can offer you the happiest of the happiest times that you'll ever experience. And you say, not interested. Not in that way of, make you happy like no tomorrow type of a thing. No, I can offer you something that would bring the happiest of the happiest energies ever. And you're telling me that you would respond to that with, I don't know. I don't think that's you, the one that's responding with rejection to happiness, basically. I think you're the one that's offering that. Okay, let's do the Magician. Maybe you are. I don't know. People have all sorts of other plans in this lifetime. Who the hell knows? For the Magician, you get the Knight of Swords, the Hangman, the Justice card. Great manifestation. It involves a sense of balance, a sense of, you know, things moving forward in a particular direction, in the right way, in the balanced way, in the best way possible for everybody involved. Great. So who the fuck is standing in the way of that? Let's do the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Swords, the Lovers, the Three of Pentacles. Okay. So we've got two energies here. There is a partnership that I'm looking at. I don't know what kind of a partnership. I feel like it's one in formation, or one that wants to build up into something. One energy is willing to give it all for this to build up into something. The other energy, not so much. The problem is the other energy that is not so much invested here, or wanting to be invested, is not being honest about their level of investment. And they show up quite redundantly. They show up with the sense of, no, I'm here for this. Okay. Let's see the Knight of Pentacles. That's why you feel like you're walking through really thick, muddy waters here, because you don't have the, even though apparently you do have the cooperation from the other side, I don't think that you do. For the Knight of Pentacles, in your focus, you get the Page of Cups, the Temperance card, the Death card. And if things keep going like this, without that sense of honesty, at least from the party that, I don't know why they're here, but they're here, showing up as if they're here fully. If things keep going like this, like in this thick type of a flow to things, because it's gonna be thick, because you have resistance basically from the other side. Things are gonna keep on heading south, and you're giving me a little bit of a recognition over that. Like, if things keep going like this, they're not going in a good direction. And I tend to agree. For the Wheel of Fortune in the recent past, the Judgment card, the Tower, the Chariot. There's definitely a shaken up type of an energy here. It's like, let's say we're best friends, and I at some point take you for granted, you know, because, you know, you're my best friend, what the fuck. And then I start behaving in that way in which I do take you for granted, and then at any given time something shows up that's really kind of scaring me off, kind of shaking me up, like, hey, you could lose this friendship, like right now, just like that. And it's kind of a wake-up call for me, and it's like that type of an energy that shows up here. So somebody had a little bit of a scare here in regards to something that they could potentially lose. Okay, let's do the Six of Cups in your strength, the Nine of Wands, the Knight of Cups, the Five of Wands. There's resistance here, and I feel like it's not revealed. It's like you don't even know you have a resistance in the way of this, whatever this is that's trying to, you know, push through here. It may show up at times indicating that, hey, something here is not working out, but it's not enough. There's a truth that's being hidden here. From an energetic perspective, that's the thing, because I kind of see that both energies land on the same page as far as the energies go. As far as the physical aspects of what's going on here, one of the two energies looks a little bit shady, a little bit, just not gonna be honest about shit here, you know? For the Three of Cups in the immediate future, you get the Eight of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups. And that's where you're showing up. That's why you're rejecting my happiness in the beginning there, because that's where you start to show up as starting to question a lot of what's going on here. And at some point, you're so much up here with questioning everything about this that you get completely disconnected from your heart that would feel that happiness that I'm offering you, or that whoever is offering you. So you all of a sudden look completely disconnected from your heart. Because for some reason, as things get tougher and tougher here, remember, you're walking through pretty thick, muddy waters here, swamps and all. You're gonna start feeling it, and when you're gonna start feeling it, that this is hard, shit is hard here, you're gonna start questioning it, which is quite normal. It's quite the normal process at play here. Because at some point, the first question you're probably gonna ask yourself is, why does this feel so hard? And then when the actual questioning starts to happen over everything, that's when I see you completely disconnecting from your heart. For the devil in the supportive energies, you get the Ace of Swords, the King of Swords, the Six of Cups. The unhealthiness of all of this shows up on your side, and you want to know why, and you're going to say why. And I'm going to say because you keep on giving to this with everything you've got. It's something about the return aspect of this feels off. Why would you give everything you got here? Why would you keep giving if something feels off balance? Just a little bit, I'm not saying stop giving. I'm not saying continue to give everything you got. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying, wouldn't you like to ask some questions rather than, I'll give everything here? It's going to exhaust the fuck out of you. When something feels off and you keep on giving everything you got, you're going to feel exhausted and drained at some point. And why would you do that to yourself? Instead of, hey, let's be honest about what's going on here. Let's do the Queen of Pentacles in the hidden energies. And that's why this energy stays hidden, of self-love, because how does that apply? How do you put yourself first when you don't care because you keep on giving? And I know you're going to say, well, what do you mean? That is putting myself first, and that is loving myself when I give everything I got. Not to a situation that doesn't return that, It's quite the opposite. So yeah, it's hidden. It's a very hidden aspect. You forgot all about that. I know you're covering it up with all sorts of justifications and all sorts of, no, that's, because I care about them. That's fine. Okay. What about you? Who cares about you in all of this? If not you. Well, they should. Exactly. They should. And I'm not saying they're not. Again, from an energetic perspective, it does seem like there is a soul-to-soul type of a match here. So from a frequency perspective, there's definitely a match. Now, people are people, they're going to function from their past traumas, from all sorts of things that they may work on, they may never work on. Who the hell knows? So even though the energies may show up as this is a perfect match, that doesn't mean that in the physical, people function from those energies. You know what I mean? So this is a time in which you stop and take a little bit of look at who's going to take care of you in all of this, For the Four of Wands in your hopes and fears, you get the Emperor, the Two of Wands, the Two of Pentacles. You're starting already to question that aspect of, why would I invest everything I've got in this? Because it seems like, again, there's not an equal return to it. So why would you do that? If this were to happen to one of your best friends, for example, and you would look at it from the outside, because that's an outside perspective, what would you say to your best friend? Would you say, oh, keep giving everything you got? Yeah, give. And then some. Probably not. For the Temperance card, for the potential outcome, you get the Page of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Knight of Wands. I mean, slowly but surely, you're kind of coming to the surface here. You're kind of starting to uncover all of the things you told yourself about the situation, that no, everything's good, everything. It's like you're choosing to live in a little bit of a blurry vision over this. Because if I were to dig deep within you and ask you these, tough questions here, you would have the answers to all of these questions, and you do. But you choose to kind of live in a little bit of like a faded curtain all over it all. Almost choosing to not take reality in, even though you know what that reality is. And I get that. It's, I get where you're at with this. But at some point, you gotta stop and ask the questions that you have the answers to already. Because this, to me, honestly, from where I'm sitting, it doesn't look like an equal give and take type of a situation. From the universe for you, as a final advice, you get the World card, the Seven of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles. Interestingly enough, that's exactly what's showing up from the universe, the equal give and take energy. And there seems to be a cycle closed over that. So at some point, maybe it was. But right now, it's not standing in that position. It doesn't look like it's equal. Not saying that it can't ever be equal again. I'm saying right now, it's not looking equal. It's not looking fairly balanced there. What you're putting into this, how you're opening up to this, and how you're showing up to this versus how they're showing up. And it could be tricky because they are showing up as if they are giving in the same way that you are. So it could be very tricky. So it could be very easy for you to live under this transparent type of a faded curtain over the situation. So you're not consciously lying to yourself, being like, they're giving just as much as I am. What are you talking about? No. You're not in that place. You're still doing it, though, to a certain degree. Let's do the animal. Did I put this upside down? Yes, I did. Kai's butt is in the way, so I had to move everything. Animal Dreaming Oracle. Horse. Personal power. Fuck yeah. Number 20. When first introduced, horse strengthened and deepened the people's view of the world. It afforded them greater understanding of the land because it allowed them to explore the horizon on a level never known before. With obvious links to movement and travel, horse sanctioned the exploration and conquering of the physical setting, the breaking of boundaries and the expansion of territory. In similar fashion, horse dreaming embraces the essence of personal power and what it means to spiritually journey within in search of inherent wisdom. Personal power represents the wealth of knowledge we may accumulate over a lifetime of experience, which, when honored, shifts us from the mundane and familiar into a world of unlimited potential. According to tradition, a horse stands symbolically at each of the 4 cardinal points of the great wheel of life, with the yellow palomino protecting the east, the red chestnut standing in the north, the black horse guarding the west, and the white or dapple gray representing the energies of the south. Each of the 4 directions offers a sacred gift of power and a wealth of corresponding energetic wisdom. It is up to us to go out and spiritually seek this knowledge, and once found, integrate it into our life. Metaphorically, journeying to the east, for example, brings with it the gifts of illumination and introspection, while heading to the north inspires a wealthy blend of innocence and passion. In the west, we learn to understand the art of introspection and meditation, and in the south, we are offered maturity and judgment. If horse has galloped into your cards today, you are being primed for a journey of great power. We all subconsciously know where our personal power lies, and as long as we instigate the search, we will ultimately find it, resulting in great rewards on all levels. Remember, all journeys start with a simple step forward, with any forward movement nurturing growth, and growth leading to development and enrichment. Promoting a sense of complete freedom, the appearance of horse suggests travel of all kinds, both inner and outward, emotional, physical, and spiritual. And that's it. Giddy up then. Anyways, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.